Think about a camera that gives you uncropped 4K 60 frames per second video, a possible 44-megapixel full-frame sensor, stabilization up to 8 stops, and an artificial intelligence autofocus system smart enough to lock onto people, animals, birds, and even vehicles without missing a beat. That is what the upcoming Sony Alpha 7 V is rumored to deliver, and it is already sparking conversations across the photography and filmmaking world. Since the Alpha 7 Mark IV arrived back in 2021, users have been waiting for Sony's next move. And if these features make it into the final release, the A7 Mark V could be the most important hybrid full-frame camera Sony has ever made. The A7 IV came with a 33-megapixel full-frame backside illuminated CMOS sensor, offering a strong balance between resolution and low-light performance. The A7 V, however, is rumored to take things a step further, introducing a 44-megapixel sensor. This upgrade would put it in a more competitive spot against cameras like the Canon EOS R5 and Nikon Z7 II, bridging the gap between resolution-focused bodies and all-around hybrids. Higher resolution means sharper stills, more flexibility in cropping, and greater detail for commercial and studio shooters, while still delivering the kind of performance demanded by run-and-gun creators. The A7 line has always aimed for a comfortable balance between portability and functionality, and the Mark V is likely to continue that tradition. Expect a body close to the Mark IV, with small ergonomic tweaks for better handling, along with a fully articulating touchscreen that makes both photography and video easier. Improved heat management is also expected, something that was a concern for some Mark IV users during extended 4K recording. Sony has steadily refined its menus and user interface over the years, so the A7 V should feel smoother and more intuitive to operate out of the box. Video capabilities are one of the biggest talking points. The A7 IV already offered 4K 60 frames per second, albeit with a crop, along with oversampled 7K to 4K recording at 30 frames per second. The Mark V is expected to take this further, possibly offering uncropped 4K 60 frames per second and even 4K 120 frames per second recording. Pair this with Sony's Color Science and S-Log3 and S-Cinetone profiles, and it becomes clear that the Mark V could be a more serious tool for filmmakers. Heat control improvements would make longer takes more reliable, and with a new processor, likely an updated Bionz XR, footage quality and processing speeds should see noticeable upgrades. Beyond the raw specs, the A7 V is rumored to introduce advanced subject recognition powered by artificial intelligence. Sony has already impressed with real-time tracking and eye autofocus, but this next step could recognize a wider variety of subjects including people, animals, birds, cars, and even aircraft with greater accuracy. So nothing has been officially confirmed, but expectations suggest the A7 V could debut in late 2025, possibly in October or November. The A7 IV launched at around $2,500 United States dollars, so the A7 V could see a modest increase, perhaps closer to $2,800 to $3,000 United States dollars, depending on final specifications. Sony typically positions the A7 line as the most balanced offering in its lineup, so it will likely remain more accessible than high-resolution or cinema-focused models. In the end, what makes the A7 V so compelling is not just what it promises on paper, but how it builds on the strengths of the A7 IV. With improvements in resolution, video recording, autofocus intelligence, and stabilization, it seems poised to be the most balanced and capable hybrid camera in Sony's lineup. And if Sony delivers on even a fraction of the speculation, the A7 V could easily become the go-to choice for creators who demand both stills and video excellence in one body.